It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody. It's 2K Sports.
We are live at Thursday night presentation here on on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan. With Greg Anthony and Clark. our sideline report. Doris Burke. The Milwaukee Bucks come into this one after the win against the Charlotte Hornets. And what really made that outcome a surprise was how lopsided it was.
They just weren't challenged. I mean, nearly as much as they should have been in that game, at least when they had the ball.
Yeah, it was a mismatch. I mean, the defense from the start was on its heels practically the entire game.
Here are the starters for Milwaukee. Carter Williams is the point with Middleton at the 2. The dynamite pair of Antetokounmpo and Parker at forward, and it's Monroe in at the 5, home in the paint. And he knocks down the first one. So he gets them both.
We're seeing today what makes him one of the best free throw shooters among the league's big men. Beautiful stroke.
Lee against Carter Williams. Here's Middleton. The lead pass was put in just the right spot.
That's an efficient start for them offensively, working it inside for the easy 2 points.
And Clark, that's what you like to duplicate time and time again for the rest of the game.
Nobody near Allen. Basket is good. The assist from Harris.
You know, his ability is matched only by his energy, guys. I mean, he's usually in the middle of everything for his team.
And Middleton kicks to Monroe. Dishes to Carter Williams. They set the pick. And there's a whistle. That goes on the bodyguard. That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul.
Lee with the steal. Goes back up. Can't hit. And Milwaukee will come the other way. Parker kicks to Monroe. Here's Carter Williams. Solid shot from the distance of about 14 feet.
The easiest way to do it sometimes is with the bounce pass.
Gone 1 of 3 for the field to start this one so far. Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
I had a chance to catch up with Jason Kidd. He told me that he's looking forward to this matchup. Their first look at this team so far this season. He said they'll look to play up defensively. As usual, their length and shot blocking a great deterrent inside. Kevin?
Thanks, Doris. And as Doris provided the details, guys, the way they plan to attack defensively will be key early on, won't it?
Absolutely. And if that's the strategy, they've got to be full of energy, full intensity right off the bat.
And that's a real pillar to any successful defense when you talk about intensity. I mean, you can't go half-heartedly or halfway.
It's stolen by Carter Williams. The shot by Middleton, wide open. Chance there to take the lead, missing.
And really, despite that miss, they've had a solid start offensively.
Allen with it, now guarded by Antetokounmpo, sinks it, and the shot from Porzingis.
I like the fact that he led his teammate right to the ideal spots. You don't always throw it to your teammate. You throw it to where he needs to be.
Here's Lee. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
What a play there. The hoop plus the harm.
Yeah, great concentration there, Greg. Hung in there. He didn't let that contact throw him off at all. Stayed focused. On the rim, knew he was going to get hit, and still was able to finish. You know, they've scored several times already here in the first quarter down low. I like that.
It's like a running game in football. When you can pound the basketball inside, it also allows you to control the team's transition.
Now here's Anthony, and he finishes it off with a one-handed jam.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
And those are the kind of sequences that tell you why the score is what it is.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside.
Jordan Clarkson, he's checked in for Milwaukee. Gone 5 of 7 today so far. Nice shooting to get this game underway. Parker with the steal. To the paint. And Allen with the block. And it's Harris off the drive. Good D by Parker.
Boy, I tell you what, guys, he's an extremely strong finisher. I'm surprised he wasn't able to power that through the defense.
First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. Kicks it to Anthony. Parker with the steal. Antetokounmpo passes to Parker. The shot misses. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jabari Parker. That's his first foul.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Greg, those are always tough to judge, but I think the official got that one right.
Here's what Milwaukee's going with right now. Plumlee is checked in for Monroe. Brewer comes in for Parker, and McLemore is subbed in for Michael Carter-Williams.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
But they recover it. Gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter.
That's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
And, you know, that lead's only going to grow if they're not prepared to defend a little more staunchly than that.
Oh, that was a great angle we just saw, courtesy of Tia. And the basket by Harris.
Great job to hit his teammate on that move, Kevin.
Bucks trail by 7. And it's Antetokounmpo penetrated. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Well, I tell you what, it's easy to get spoiled watching this fella. I mean, he just makes it look so simple.
Gone 7 of 12 from the field here in the first quarter. Harris outside. Anthony dishes to Harris. Allen outside. Back to Anthony. The jump hook. Nice touch on the bank shot. Anthony's got 6 points.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
And, Greg, you know, the defense has been very slow to adapt. I mean, that's 10 straight points now inside.
Now here's McLemore. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him.
Bucks ball.
We've got 33 seconds left in the first. Shot clock at 5. Here's Plumlee. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops.
Just a major size difference between the defender and shooter on that possession.
And, Greg, without a hand in his face, he's simply going to spray whoever's there.
And Anthony gets it to go on the assist by Lee. Lee's got 3 assists now in this one.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
And, Greg, those looks they're allowing are almost automatic.
Plumlee with a screen on Harris. Here's Clarkson. And Allen with the block.
Ladies and gentlemen, dance team.
And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And guys, what's your take on the home team so far?
They come out the gates here strong and put together just a solid first quarter.
A ton of good looks for him, Greg, on offense, and it's quality shots they're getting.
Bucks trail by 7, and Milwaukee looking at who they've got. Clarkson is out there with Chris Middleton. Then it's McLemore. Then there's Monroe. And it's Parker in at the 4 spot.
Obviously a mix-up defensively on that possession.
There's been just outrageous 64% from the field to this point. Lopez with the ball. Now defended by McLemore. Ariza outside. On the wing, Evans. He kicks to Ariza. 6 to shoot. Lopez inside, guarded by McLemore. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team. Allen's checked in for Trevor Ariza. And Milwaukee also making a switch. Michael Carter-Williams checked in for Jordan Clarkson. And Middleton kicks to Parker. Stepped in the line, out of bounds there, and that will cost them the possession. As the playoffs near, let's take a look at the Western Conference standings. You take a look at the Warriors. What a run they've had this year, in first place and charging seemingly at will toward the postseason. These guys have been outstanding in second place. Now here's Evans. There's Jennings with the 3. It's rebounded by McLemore. He feeds it to Carter-Williams. Parker, a screen on Allen. Carter-Williams, the pass to Parker. And the rejection by Evans. And he recovers it. Milwaukee, no good that time either.
And you really thought that was going to be a gimme, but unable to convert.
Yeah, and a little self-talk, angry self-talk for himself after that miss.
That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in the face.
Now here's Carter Williams. He's coming off a 19-point game against Charlotte. And it's out of bounds to the Bucks as Milwaukee retains possession. A quick check now of the 2K leaderboard in the league's best rebounders at the two-guard slot since the All-Star break. You look at Allen. He does a great job inside, one of the top rebounders in the league.
Well, it's not easy to do what these players have done in that area, strictly because of positioning. I mean, typically a two-guard, you're not in tight when a shot goes up, so competing for rebounds is that much more difficult.
And that's why it takes that unique combination of agility and instincts to make your way onto that list. Those guys have a terrific balance of the physical and mental aspects of the game.
That's good.
Whatever their plan was defensively that time, it didn't work. Not if it results in that shot.
Jennings against Carter Williams. Outside for Korver. Feeds it to Allen. Back to Korver. Takes it into the teeth of the D and converts the layup. Korver's got his first 2 points of the night. Bucks trail by 8. Carter Williams with it, and Jennings picks him up defensively. And Brandon Jennings gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
Substitution. Anthony Porzingis. Harris.
And Milwaukee has possession. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. And that one's good. Parker.
And the D is having problems stopping the mid-range jumper. They're not really closing out on them as much as they should be.
6 of their last 10 points have come by way of the two-point.
They get it back. Anthony. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
And both free throws good for Anthony.
Just absolute domination in this one for Anthony. 10 points, and he's managed to get 4 of his points by way of the free throw line.
And Clark, that might not make the highlight reel, but those are important points nonetheless.
Back to Carter Williams. Up and in, off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
You know, that's been a big part of their offense in the early stages. I mean, their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range, right at the rim.
And Clark, they might as well keep doing it. I mean, attack the basket until the defense makes an adjustment.
Gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. Inside, Parker with the steal. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Here's Monroe. Finds the open look, and it's on target. Monroe's got 6 points.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
It really is. 5 out of 6 of their last field goals have come from the paint.
Now here is Harris. 11 points for him in that last game against Cleveland. Lee dishes to Anthony. On the way, Harris. That's in there. Anthony with the assist. And that's now 7 points for the dude.
There is no way a player like him can be left wide open like that. Did you pay attention to the scouting report?
You know, I think he just wants to tinker with the game plan a little bit. And I think that's a wise timeout.
And part of it, too, Greg, was he saw some things going on out there that he didn't care for.
Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Miles Plumlee's checked in for Monroe. Antetokounmpo comes in for Jabari Parker. Brewer is checked in for Ben McLemore. And it's Clarkson in for Michael Carter Williams. Now here's Plumlee for 3. Middleton. Rebounded by Anthony.
Boy, just by his body language, Kevin, you can tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Yeah, it seemed like he had great rhythm on that. You can see the disappointment in his face.
Clarkson kicks to Antetokounmpo. Harris against Middleton. Shoots the 3. Offensive rebound. Here's Antetokounmpo, and it's denied. From the stripe. Allen with it. Now guarded by Middleton. Lets it fly from 18 and misses it off the right side of the rim. Here's Harris. That's in, and that's his 4th basket of the night. He's taken 7 shots, a solid 57%.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
Now, here's Clarkson. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Shots good by Middleton.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Harris misses. Bucks trail by 5. To the middle. Clarkson passes to Brewer. Pass to Middleton from past the arc, and he gets it to go. Middleton's got 7. Gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. And it's Lee penetrating. To the inside, Anthony. And there's a nice one-handed slam.
And Kevin, the knack for the offensive rebound, a big part of what makes this guy special.
Not to mention, Greg, his ability to finish with strength, just like that.
Yeah,
and the first half comes.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hi again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here, joined by Shaq and Kenny. And that's it for halftime, as the second half is just about to get underway. See you after the game.
The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. Skinny having a dominant impact in this game.
I know we've said this many times before, but what a great first half. Just an offensive juggernaut.
And, you know, in the end, I wouldn't be surprised if we're talking about what a great second half he had, guys. I mean, he can usually keep it going for all 4 quarters.
We've got Allen. Harris is out there with the bodyguard. Then it's Anthony, and it's Porzingis in at the 4 spot. That's the group for George Karl getting going here in the second half. Carter Williams with it. He's picked up by Lee. Puts it up from 12. And Lee pulls it down. Lee's got 6 rebounds in the game. Down low, it's tipped. Stolen by Monroe. Antetokounmpo dishes to Middleton. And there's the feed to Parker. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
And taking a look at some of the stats here for Lee. The last 10 games, he has been on a heck of a run. He's averaging 14 points a game, 10 assists, and over 3.5 steals. So much of what this team does revolves around his offense.
Well, his mindset allows him to stack those points up. He wants to carry the load, and clearly he does.
And for those of you turning in, we're about a minute into the second half. And out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession.
And checking out some numbers here for Harris. How's the last month of basketball been for him? Tops in scoring, first in assists. And he's first in the league in steals per game. Just an incredibly aggressive and tenacious defender.
And I tell you what, his scoring abilities are almost otherworldly. I mean, no one's been able to slow him down or even come close.
And out of the gates here in this second half, they have not started well. 0 of 3.
Allen kicks to Anthony. Poked away. 5 on the clock. Everly with the ball. Now defended by Carter Williams and slam dunk by Harris.
And guys, this game won't be close for long if they keep giving up dunks like that.
No, it won't, Jay. You're right. A glaring error defensively and letting him get all the way to the basket that time.
But it's only 2 points. I mean, it was flashy, no doubt, but still, it only counts for 2. 2 is all. What a game for Parker. 10 points and some big-time defense with the 3 steals, too. I tell you what, he's made his mark on this game in so many ways, guys.
And he would have stood out just on the strength of the defense. But how about offensively? He's been clicking there as well.
And the Bucks making a change here. McLemore's checked in. Pass to Antetokounmpo. And that one's good. Parker's got 13 points.
Some big points there. I mean, they got him on a nice play to get the ball right to the bucket.
And exactly what they're looking for down the stretch, Clark. Just more of the same.
And there's the call on Patrick Beverley. That's his first foul. Bucks trail by 3. Carter Williams, the pass to Monroe. Anthony with the block.
That was a good time to call the timeout to try to settle everybody down and get back into their offensive rhythm. They've been coughing up the rock an awful lot.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, Team Dancers.
A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. And it's Harris off the drive. Can't get it to go. His 5th miss and 10 shots from the floor. Antetokounmpo against Allen. Antetokounmpo can't get it to go.
Very tough when you have that good of a look. The defense caught a break there because he missed.
Carter Williams against Lee. Passes it to Porzingis. There's the dish to Anthony. Shot clock at 6. Lee with the ball. Now defended by McLemore. Offensive rebound. A shot by Anthony, no good.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Wasted no time on that one. And that's 15 points for Parker.
And really just unselfish basketball on the interior. That's the kind of pass a coach loves to see. And Kevin, who says a point guard should look to pass first? I mean, not when you can finish like this fella.
Well, Clark, he wasn't going to give that opportunity up to a teammate.
Well, you know, Kevin, that's one he'll always take himself, and he should. I mean, you can't pass up that kind of opportunity or fun.
A different look for Milwaukee. Plumlee, he's checked in for Monroe. Brewer comes in for Jabari Parker. And it's Clarkson in for Michael Carter Williams. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. Gone 3 of 6 in the third quarter. 50% from the field. Harris dishes to Anthony. Allen outside. Plenty of space. Nice touch on the bank shot. Allen's got 10. 1:58 left here in the third quarter. Antetokounmpo kicks to Clarkson. Plumlee with the screen. The shot by Clarkson, no good.
And he has slipped into a funk, Clark. You can see the confidence is shaking.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, he's very much deflated. The basket looks a lot smaller to him at this point, and the only way you can get out of it is to work yourself out of it.
Antetokounmpo kicks to Brewer. Kept alive. And Anthony sends it back. And they'll keep possession. They retain possession. From deep, McLemore. The shot is off.
Boy, that's a surprising miss right there. He usually feasts on those wide open opportunities.
They set the pick. Back to Lee. Harris outside. And that basket pushes the lead to double digits. Harris has got 16.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their passing.
And he gets it back. Here's Plumlee, and the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play.
How about the concentration? He gets hit, but stays with the play and gets the finish.
Innovation and improvisation right there, Greg. Finding a way to get that shot to fall after taking the contact.
Chris Middleton's checked in for Milwaukee. Lee outside. There's the pick. He dishes it to Anthony. The pass to Harris. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. Evans, he's checked in for Porzingis.
Harris.
32 seconds left to play here in the third.
A chance here to go 2 for 1.
Boy, they've got to ramp up the speed and make it happen in a hurry.
Plumlee against Anthony. This is DeBruin. Just 5 to shoot. And it's Antetokounmpo penetrating. And Anthony sends it back.
About how things are going on right now, and maybe wants to make some changes.
I agree. I mean, just was not comfortable with the way things were set up at that particular time, and in that case, I think it's the right thing to do.
And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Hello, and thanks for joining us, folks. The fourth quarter of play should begin momentarily. Gotten a success rate of just over 50% from three-point tonight. 4 of 7 shooting. On the floor for Milwaukee starting the fourth quarter. Clarkson is out there with Carter Williams. Then there's Parker. Then it's Chris Middleton. And it's Monroe in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Evans with some nice D.
Physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. That plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Yeah, not to mention what it says on the scoreboard. They're really pushing them around. Straight bully ball.
Middleton inside the three-point line. Wide open shot is on the money. A superb 63% from the field. Harris passes to Allen. Back to Harris. They set the pick. Rebound, Milwaukee.
And honestly, not real happy with the shot selection on that one.
Yeah, clearly a brain fade there. He's got to be a little smarter in his choice making.
It's Parker with the drive. He with the block. Down low, Evans makes it off the glass.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. Nice game. Great performance by the dude.
He's definitely rolling offensively. You might not be able to stop him, but you've got to find a way to contain him.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Jason Kidd was saying to his team. He hasn't been happy with their shot selection. He told them, we're forcing things out there, guys. Space the floor, make the extra pass, work for the open shot in the flow of our offense. We'll see if they heed that advice, Kevin.
Now here's Carter Williams. Middleton on the wing. And Anthony sends it back. And it goes out of bounds. That one's off Anthony.
Bucks ball.
Middleton inside the three-point line.
Nothing's come easy for him, especially in this half. I mean, everything's been a struggle. The defense has been sticky. That's created situations where they've not been able to run their offense effectively. And it's just been a struggle this half.
And it's the Bucks on the break. Carter Williams running. No good there, and that would have cut it to single digits. Gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Lee dishes to Anthony. Shot is off. Good work defensively by Monroe. Bucks trail by 10. Carter Williams kicks to Monroe for 3. Middleton, and that one's good.
And they've got to talk to each other on D there. Miscommunication, and now he's able to make them pay.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Hi, Kevin. Jason Kidd was just going over the plan with his team. He told the team he wanted to run their offense through Parker. Coach is looking for big things from him throughout the rest of this game on the offensive end. A lot of the scoring burden will fall on him. So coach waiting until the final stages to pull a few tricks out of his sleeve. Kevin, let's see if he's made a wise decision.
All right, Doris, thanks. And slam dunk by Harris.
Just a great job of attacking on the break.
Yeah, you know, exploding to the basket like that, Greg, just as soon as that ball was going the other way, that's exactly how you want to do it. I tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
Antetokounmpo's checked in for McLemore. Gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. Anthony, the pass to Allen. The three. The second chance effort. Lee, that's good.
He's been a different guy here in the second half. His shooting percentage far better than it was before the break.
To the paint. And so the ball's out of bounds. Middleton touched it last.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Gone 4 of 8 in this fourth quarter, shooting at even 50% from the field. And it's Anthony with the jam.
And he's been the catalyst all game long. Love how he's distributing the basketball.
No doubt about it, Greg. I mean, when the offense runs through him, it's really smooth.
Here's Carter Williams. Milwaukee, no good that time either.
And they've controlled the boards, and that's a big reason why they're controlling the lead.
Yeah, they brought the sandpaper edge to their attack, really fighting and scrapping inside. A lot of grit and grind with these guys.
Way too many shots in close, and he's got to get his guys to cut that down in terms of points in the paint.
Clearly the reason for the timeout, Greg. I mean, he wants his guys to toughen up inside and start protecting the rim.
Jordan Clarkson, he's checked in for Carter Williams. 1:58 left here in the fourth quarter. Parker with a clean look. Nice spin off the left rim and in.
And you know, he's enjoyed the kind of day you expect in terms of shooting the basketball. He can bring them right back into this game.
Oh, and the jam by Anthony.
We're seeing the shots start to fall for them now.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this has been an extremely efficient second half for them up to this point.
Kicks to Clarkson. He feeds it to Parker. And Lee pulls it down. Lee's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. Harris a screen on Monroe. Lee dishes to Anthony. Evans kicks to Allen. Top of the key, Harris. Clock at 6. To the inside. Here's Anthony. The shot is off. Good work defensively by Monroe. Bucks trail by 16. Clarkson passes to Antetokounmpo. Lee with the steal. To the inside. Here's Allen, and he jams it with authority.
And they feel good about this win tonight, guys, defending their home court.
I agree. Job well done. They gave these fans exactly what they wanted.
Now, here's Clarkson, defended by Allen. Lee with the block, and they get it back. They got him on the arm, but it still can.
Foul.
Zinkus, he's checked in for Reggie Evans. The Bucks also changing it up. Plumlee, he's checked in for Parker. And Corey Brewer's subbed in for Chris Middleton. Allen with the screen for Harris. Allen kicks to Harris. Picked by Lee. Anthony up on top. The three. And it's Lee that time on the assist by Anthony.
This is a serious game-clinching run they're on.
Yeah, I agree with you. Just not backing off here. I mean, they're looking to close this one out in style. What a time to have this kind of serve.
Got a piece of it. Out of bounds. Milwaukee takes possession.
Yeah, he couldn't hang on to it. You've got to be ready for the pass, ready to catch it.
Bucks ball.
Now Plumlee. Whoops, they pick off the pass. And they're moving it up. Throws it up high.
And it's all one-way traffic tonight, boy. They have been lights out offensively.
And there's no telling how big that lead's going to get. But, again, it's just one game, but nonetheless a very impressive one, the way they've handled their business here.
And so they get the victory here at home. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson joined by Shaq and Kenny the Jet. Now let's take this opportunity to check out our Jordan player of the game. He had an outstanding fourth quarter where he really shined, pouring it on heavy down the stretch.
His field goal percentage was excellent, up over 60%. This was a player in total control of his game. He didn't try to do too much. He didn't get reckless, just took.
And folks, that'll wrap it up for tonight. We hope you enjoyed the game. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. Have a good evening.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
hello, everyone. Get ready for NBA action live on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, joined by my colleagues Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. Last game for the Pacers, they pick up the W against the Charlotte Hornets. And what really made that outcome a surprise was how lopsided it was.
And how about the game plan that was constructed for that one? I mean, it was apparent how powerless the D was to stop it.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. I mean, they just didn't have an answer for anything they threw at them.
Let's check out Indiana's starting lineup. They've got Paul George, Gordon out there with Teague. Then it's Turner, and it's Lure in at the 4 spot. Allen, that's good.
A good open look, and he splashes home the 3.
Gordon with it. Outside Teague. He dishes it to Turner. Indiana moving it around. And George, here we go.
He gives that rim a good tug on the way down.
That's how you drive your point home.
I tell you what, he's lucky on that one that he got away with maybe not picking up a tee.
Now here is Harris. 23 points for him the last game against Milwaukee. Nobody near Allen. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. Allen's got 5 points so far.
And a really good way to start the game. He's a guy who, if he gets it going early, he's going to give you problems.
Too long in the paint, and he's hit with a 3-second violation. The Pacers shoot. Their first free throw of the night. And the technical free throw is good. Teague against Lee. From deep, George. That's good, and so Teague with the assist. 5 points in the game.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like
And Kevin, lots of standing around and watching. By the defense that time.
And he makes them pay, doesn't he, Greg, huh, with that emphatic slam.
And, guys, that'll get his heart rate up a little bit, I can tell you that. Watch out. He can be a dangerous player when his motor is revved up that way.
And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Kia. Good stuff on that Kia Slam Cam. Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach Frank Vogel. He said the key to this matchup will be their ability to limit the quality looks close to the basket. When facing a team like this one, he said, you don't stand a chance giving up easy looks inside. Guys?
Thank you, Doris.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the D.
Yeah, really left him no choice there, Greg. He had to foul and keep him from converting the easy bucket.
And both free throws good for Gordon.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
Lee passes to Anthony. The shot, no good. And Indiana will come the other way. Here's George. And Allen with the block. Off they go on a 3-on-1 break. Harris, right side. Lee outside. Hits the jumper in space. Lee's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
T kicks to Turner. Gordon with a screen on Anthony. Right side, Gordon from 17 feet out. And that comes off the assist by Jeff Teague. Teague's got his third assist on the night. Kicks it to Anthony. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Harris. While we're in this break, let's take a moment now to acknowledge the strong defense we've been seeing from that point guard position lately. These are the steal leaders among point guards since the All-Star break. You look at Lee, always dangerous on the court. He leads the league.
And despite the offensive responsibilities that come with being a point guard, I think he may enjoy the defensive aspect of the game even more.
Well, he should enjoy it as good as he is as a defender. I mean, if he's on you, you can't relax at all. He gives opposing point guards nightmares. Activity, energy are just too much for some guys to deal with.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Yeah, but he was late to get there, Greg, so the referee couldn't give him a free pass on that one.
Catching up on the changes now for Indiana. Al Jefferson is checking. That is just nasty.
About the athleticism on that finish. Now, I would say that's a special occasion for a slam right there,
well,
Kevin.
What kind of occasion are you talking about? Why was he saving that one? My goodness.
Guys, I'm so glad I was here to witness that with you guys.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Gordon.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
Here's Lee. A 14-point game for him.
But it didn't deter him from attacking defensively. His pressure was terrific. He also got 3 steals in that game.
Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And you know what? Very close to a 3-point play right there.
Yeah, he almost got that one down. I mean, those are the kind of aggressive plays coaches love to see.
And Gordon drops them both. Here's Harris. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. Passes it to Anthony. A second chance effort. And stolen by Gordon. Harris against Teague. He kicks to Warren. Indiana moving the ball around. Here's Jefferson. Can't cash in from close range.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Nice job coming off that screen. Lee's got 5 now.
And really, the defense didn't do a lot to fight around that screen on that possession.
So timeout called here, the first for Indiana.
Ladies and gentlemen, dance team. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, team dancers. Timeout call.
You know, obviously, you know, there's some things out there he does not like and wants to talk it over.
Well, Greg, you've played and you envision yourself as a coach as well. So, you know, sometimes you need to make some adjustments.
Pass to Warren. Outside Gordon. The dish to Teague. Warren kicks to Jefferson. Hits the jump hook.
Boy, can he finish in the paint. That's one thing we know he's good at.
Gone 6 of 10 from the field in this ball game. Lopez dishes to Jennings. No one near him. No good on the shot. A bit long that time. Indiana leading. Teague the pass to Warren. And the rejection by Smith. From downtown, and it's Gordon. That time on the assist by Davis. That's 10 points for Eric Gordon. Gone 2 of 2 from 3-point range here in the first quarter. It's 9 seconds separating the shot. Here's playing it in.
And the rebound and the follow show you what he is all about. Gritty and determined with the...
Fires the 3. Miles with another miss. Thing has been beyond great up until now. How about 57% from the field overall? Allen dishes to Anthony. A great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and nasty jam.
With that reverse jam, the fans got a little extra show there.
That one definitely had something, you're right, extra on it.
Man, I got to pick my jaw up off the floor after that one, guys.
George against Lee. Turner with the steal. Nobody near George. That ball is in the basket. Now he's shot 6 and made 3 of them. And taking a quick look here, guys, at the hustle stats for Indiana.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
And also defensively, they've been able to cause some turnovers tonight, and that also builds confidence and gives you momentum.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists.
They set the screen. The feed to Lee. Stolen by Miles. No good off the front iron.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
13 feet away. Changes up, and it's sent back by George. Pacers leading by 6. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. T kicks to Lure. Outside for Miles. They grab their own miss. And the powerful one-handed slam.
And a few more points tacked on to their lead in the cruelest way possible.
You're right. Yeah, those putback jams sting, don't they? My goodness.
Yeah, they really hurt you. I mean, the defense forces a miss and then can't rebound it and finish off the defense. They're hanging their heads in their chest now.
Some high-scoring teams in the NBA. Let's see the leaders.
Kevin, if there's any stat you want to lead the league in, it would certainly be scoring the most points. They've been remarkable in the numbers they've put up as a team all season long. It's a reflection of their strength. They're balanced and they're explosive.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pacers. Jefferson comes in for John Lure. And Gordon subbed in for C.J. Miles. Harris setting the pick for Lee. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
Indiana foul call. Miles Turner. That's his first personal foul.
And he makes the first. Tim Duncan, he's checked in for Porzingis. And Indiana with a change here too. T.J. Warren, he's checked in for Turner. And Harris drops them both. Now Teague. He picked up 15 points in their last win against Charlotte. Outside Gordon. There's a screen. Warren the pass to Gordon. Outside George. Clock at 6. Allen with the rebound.
And fancy finishes like that look great, but man, it's embarrassing when you blow them. That's a quick bucket there. Solid in transition.
Well, you know, he loves the chance to get out and run, and we could see right there why he does.
Warren kicks to Jefferson. Teague against Lee. Back to Jefferson. Fires from 14. And that comes off the assist by Jeff Teague. And the Pacers lead by 6.
He has such a nice touch for a big man.
Yeah, and they've got to figure out a way to get a bigger body on him. Because if they don't match up his size, then he's going to continue to work him over the rest of the game.
Anthony dishes to Lee. Harris setting the pick for Lee. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
And a sturdy screen set for him that time. And he doesn't fool around, just straight to the rim for the finish.
No way for his man to get around that one. That's for sure.
No chance, Kevin. I mean, the screen was in the right spot. His feet were set. He would have had to go straight through him, and that's not legal.
Ed Davis is checked in for Paul George. 1:37 left to play in the first half. Harris a screen on Teague. The drive by Lee. It's rebounded by Indiana.
And that's the way you want to defend. Nice job there.
Always important to have that good interior defense. Excellent, really solid job actually by the defense to get in his way as he was going up for that one.
Shot's good by Anthony. Indiana's gone 3 of 4 from long range in the game. Pass to Warren. He feeds it to Gordon. Lee with the steal. And he lobs it up toward the rim. Duncan with it. Picked up by Davis. Lee passes to Duncan. Allen for the 3. They grabbed their own miss.
He hit a 3 in the first, but so far has been unable to capitalize here in this quarter.
And Allen with the block. And that'll be Indiana as it goes out of bounds. Pacers retain possession. That'll be a 5-second call.
That's really a good picture of what not to do on those last 2 possessions. I mean, they're being way too casual with the ball.
It's going to cost them if they keep it up. They need to get back to playing smart basketball. You know what? I think he thinks he can make a few improvements to how things are going on right now.
Yeah, and you know, coaches always are looking for ways to tweak things and change it up a little bit, no matter what the situation is. That's what coaches do.
Lee kicks to Allen. The pass to Anthony. Anthony sets the pick for Allen. Dishes it to Duncan. And count the basket. He is fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Warren, good. Guys back and forth this first half.
Well, 5 lead changes early on, guys, as we grapple back and forth.
And this could continue to go back and forth the entire way.
Allen, right side. Off the iron that time.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
And the first half comes.
Kevin, thank you.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here, joined by Shaquille. So it's Indiana who's out on top at the half. They lead by... All right, and that'll do it for us here. We now take you back to the second.
Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far. We're seeing a tremendous game from Eric Gordon.
And the approach of that first half was an aggressive one. Take it to the teeth of the defense, put them on the heels, and you're either going to score or get to the line.
And mostly he's been getting to the line, guys. I mean, he has the free throw total to show for it, as well as the bumps and bruises.
Allen is out there with Duncan. Then it's Anthony. Then there's Harris. And it's Lee in at the one spot. That's the group for George Karl getting going here in the second half. Pacers have been on target from the free throw line. They're 5 of 5 in that department. That's good from Turner. Both free throws good from Turner. And the home team has possession. They trail by 1. They put up a nice win against the Bucks the last time out.
You're not always going to shoot it as well as they did from three-point range to win that game, but it certainly doesn't hurt. And in that game, boy, did they shoot it lights out from beyond.
Lights out is a real good way to describe it. Just take a peek at the box score. I mean, their percentage from deep was off the charts. He is an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
You know, he fixed the simple one-handed stuff to get the 2 points.
Yeah, and in a close game, though, guys, those could be really important points.
Sure. And that comes off the assist by Jeff Teague. Teague's got his 8th assist in the game.
And back and forth we go. That bucket gives us another lead change.
Too many of those to count. These teams have matched each other shot for shot, play for play. It has been impressive.
Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. Here's Allen. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Allen's got 11 points.
He's got some serious momentum going right now. He's been great all day. Even last game, he was on fire.
Time call here. Indiana decides to talk it over. Lee's checked in for Brandon Jennings. Indiana's gone 3 of 4 from long range in the game. Harris against Gordon. They set the pick. Feeds to Teague. The drive by Gordon. Second chance shot, and Turner with the lay-in. He's got 6.
They're doing work here in the second half. 3 or 4 to start.
Harris a screen on Teague. Allen with the screen for Lee. Allen outside. Fires the 3. And it's Lure with the rebound. Lure's got his 5th rebound in this one. Teague with the ball. He's picked up by Lee. Out to Turner. Indiana moving it around. No good.
You know, fought hard from start to finish on that play. Defended the shot and then finished it off with the rebound.
Lee dishes to Allen. Again, Allen missing. The Pacers have gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. And the basket by Gordon.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
And guys, right now, the defense mentally not there. Can't afford too many of those in a close game like this.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run. Don't you think? Clark to the hoop for him there.
Momentum can swing on plays like that, Kevin, especially when the finish has that much thunder on it.
The Pacers making a switch here. Miles is checked in. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Gone an even 50% from the floor here in the third quarter. 4 of 8. Lee against Gordon. Lee kicks to Allen. Picked by Lee. It's Allen with the drive. Here's Anthony. The shot no good. And Indiana will go the other way with it. George passes to Gordon. Turner with a screen on Harris. Gordon with no one around. Good on the three-point shot. Gordon's got 5 points in the quarter.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Anthony with a screen on Gordon. That's a 2 from Lee. They get it again. Anthony, the pass to Porzingis. And Turner with the block. Lee against Gordon. He dishes it to Turner. The shot is off. Excellent D there from Anthony.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him. But luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack.
Now a look at the hottest teams in the league. These squads have knocked down everything in the last 10 games.
It's due to better shot selection lately, Kevin. They're taking their time to make sure the shots they take go in. Really good self-discipline there.
He misses the free throw.
It's been a solid outing for Harris. He's got 11 points, and he's chalked up 1 3-pointer on the day as well.
And Clark, I'm sure that won't be the last one. A lot of times he can get hot and stay hot from beyond.
Catching up on the changes now for Indiana. Jefferson's checked in for Turner. Davis comes in for Lure. And Warren subbed in for C.J. Miles. Pacers leading by 4. And George, here we go. It's good, and it's his 6th make against 11 attempts.
Took advantage of some shoddy defense there. They've got to at least get a finger on it.
Down low, here's Evans. Basket is good, the assist from Harris.
You got to love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of grind-it-out physical game.
That's the kind of look they can continue to go with. Maybe that'll help them create some separate. Oh, wow.
It's a beautiful jam.
Punches it down with pop.
And rubs it in. It looks like a little deeper with the hanging finish.
I tell you what, they're not backing off at all, are they?
That was a nice replay brought to you by Kia. George against Harris. And George, here we go. Lopez with the block. Davis against Beverly. Kicks it to Lopez. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
And with a quick break in the action, here's some numbers for George. 11th in free throw percentage. And he's right up there in the top 20 in scoring. Certainly a force to be reckoned with offensively.
And he deserves a lot of credit for being such a clutch free throw shooter. It's not a glamorous part of the game, but we know how incredibly important it is.
Kyle Korver, he's checked in for Harris.
Boy, I tell you what, he does not look like your typical big man up there at the line. He has an excellent stroke and a percentage to match.
And it's at a pretty good shooting pace. They're 6 of 13 from the field here in the third. The score now all even.
And that lead pass allowed him to get straight to the rim unabated in stride.
The Pacers have gone 7 of 13 in the third quarter so far, just above 50%. And George, here we go. Lopez with the block, and they'll keep possession. Gordon against Beverly, down to 5 on the shot clock. Indiana needs to get a shot off. That's good for George on the assist by Davis. 17 points for Paul George.
Beautiful shot that time by PG, Paul George, getting it done.
Timeout.
Start it.
Ladies and gentlemen, dance team.
And did not seem happy about how things are going on right now and maybe wants to make some changes.
I agree. I mean, just was not comfortable with the way things were set up at that particular time. And in that case, I think it's the right thing to do.
Beverly, and stolen by Jeff Teague. All right, the fourth quarter of action getting underway. We've had a great one so far with both sides coming to play. On the court for Indiana, they've got Paul George. John Lewis out there with Turner. Then there's Teague, and it's Warren in at the 3. Lopez dishes to Beverly. Back to Lopez. Ariza goes in. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Lure can't hit.
Yeah, great look, but disappointing with the miss.
Boy, what happened on that one, Greg? I mean, that's almost an automatic shot for him.
And here's George. And Trevor Ariza is going to pick up a foul here. That's his first foul.
Substitution on the court.
That's tipped. Lee with the steal. Passes it to Porzingis. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
T kicks to Warren. Lee with the steal. Ahead, here's Harris, and he caps off the fast break with a monster slam.
Wow, the fans are really getting their money's worth tonight. What an entertaining ball game.
Up to this point, Greg, it's been almost impossible to separate these teams. I think this one's going to be close all the way.
Allen for the 3, and he gets it to go.
This guy will really make you pay if you leave him enough room outside.
Time called here. Indiana decides to talk it over.
You know what? I think he had to call timeout right now just to get his guys to regroup because they were really ragged out there.
Yeah, they've got to get some things straightened out, and sometimes the best way to do that is with a timeout. They look to be overwhelmed right now.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Kevin, I was able to hear the advice Frank Vogel gave to his team during that last break. He actually lit into them pretty heavily, saying, we're being way too soft on the inside. I'd better start to see some toughness and more shots being challenged. No more easy baskets. Pretty strong words, guys.
All free throws good from Turner.
What a perfect game for Turner. He has 8 points, and he's tacked on a couple of blocks today, too.
And they've been important to the team. Even if it's only a couple, it's helped them establish a defensive presence inside.
He passes to Porzingis. From down in the low post, it goes.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
And that's because the ball is looking for the best shot, and it's really paid off for them during the run.
Turner with a screen for Teague. Clock at 6. Shot off the screen. Indiana again missing.
And with room like that off the pick, you have got to knock that one down.
Well, you know, they did everything right, Greg. They executed. All you want is a good look at the basket. Sometimes the shots just don't fall.
Here's Lure. A runner from 11 feet away. It's a big height bounce and goes in. 10 points for Miles Turner.
Well, he knew how many inches he had over the guy. I mean, let's face it, good decision to just rise up and take the jump shot.
They get it back. Out to Lee. The second chance effort. Shakes him. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. That's on Jeff Teague.
Jeff Teague. That's his second personal.
And he can't get the first one.
At the line. Lee.
And the second free throw, good. Pacers trail by 6. Now here's Gordon. Here's the floater. Rejected by Harris. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Harris. On defense, the home team. Here in the fourth, they've allowed just 4 points.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
And that's a good place to start if you're going to try to find your way back into this game. Get to work on the glass.
Gordon dishes to T. Lee with the block, and he gets it back. And here we go with Allen running it up the court, and he goes strong with the one-handed jam. Just floating to the rim on that slam.
Boy, when he gets up and stays up.
Man, you could clock his hang time with an hourglass.
No one near Turner as he lets it go. And that comes off the assist by Jeff Teague.
Easy little jumper for him right there, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, Vance Teague.
The Pacers making a switch here. George is checked in. And so here's the home team. 6-point lead. Lee against Teague. Harris outside. Anthony with the screen on Gordon. Harris kicks to Anthony. An easy layup after coming off the pick.
Really not hard to see why they're giving up points on this run. I mean, they've just given them too many looks inside.
Yeah, and usually when a team goes on a run like this, it's because they are getting too many opportunities on the inside. Make them beat you from deep.
.149 left to play in the final quarter. Teague kicks to George. 11 feet away. Kept alive by Indiana. Turner passes to Teague. Sinks it from just inside the baseline.
And really smart to draw his man out to the perimeter. He's giving up too much size to be effective inside.
Showed nice basketball IQ. I agree, Greg. I mean, if he finds his spot on the perimeter and doesn't force it, I think his outside shot will be hard to block no matter who's defending. A little bit of a defensive breakdown there. He's not the guy you want to leave open on the perimeter. You've got to stay attached to him.
And the Pacers call time here. They're behind by 9. 1:22 left to play here in the fourth. And George, here we go. Wasted no time on that one. George has got 19 points.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you got to do a better job of fighting over and through that. I don't think they can ask much more of him than what he's done this quarter.
We've got 1:13 left in the fourth. Pacers trail by 9. And it's Buckus with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Yeah, it looked like it. I mean, he kind of slid underneath as he got to the spot, too.
The open shot, Gordon, and that comes off the assist by Jeff Teague. And that's 17 points for Eric Gordon. And so out of bounds it goes. And they retain possession.
You can tell that pass just hung in the air for a long time.
Yeah, exactly. Long enough for him to get a hand on it and knock it out of play.
Over in the corner, Allen. Inside. Shot's good by Anthony.
He's been a different guy here in the second half. His shooting percentage far better than it was before the break.
And it's blocked. Allen for three. They get the rebound. And now here comes Gordon leading the break. Rebounded by Anthony.
And this is why you need good defenders on the interior to contest shots.
Yeah, Greg, making every shot a hard one, even the shots in close.
Not sure there's anything they can do to salvage this one.
Not anymore. I mean, any chance they had got away from them, slipped right out of their hand.
Teague can't hit. Guys, what's your take?
You know, this is a timeout maybe just so they can pat each other on the back because no other reason to call it.
Well, they're really just being conservative, making sure they don't make any last-minute mistakes, I guess. I mean, I have no idea. No idea.
Allen, that's good.
Well, they're going to walk out of here with a win and send this crowd home happy.
Yeah, you know, it was a real solid. Performance for
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Kevin, much appreciated, and now let's move. The fourth quarter was all him. It was like he couldn't miss, and it was just one basket after another.
A tremendous night of shooting the basketball for him tonight. He was nearly 60% from the field. Ernie.
And that'll do it for our coverage of this year's final regular season contest. It has
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, direct your attention to center court. Now, to present the most valuable player, NBA Commissioner Adam Silver.
To the great fans here tonight, to the first-class organization, and to an all-star group of teammates, you are the NBA most valuable player. Congratulations.
The playoff battle in the West starts off with a bang right here. Game 1. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg. It's New Orleans facing the home team. You look at the home team. In a 7-game series, they have the home crowd advantage. You can feel it in the air, guys. But will they be able to start this series with the win?
And, well, other than Game 7, I think Game 1 is the most important game of the series. For them as a home team, especially, lose this game, and then there goes home court advantage.
I don't see that happening, though. I mean, I just can't see it. Listen to this crowd. I mean, they don't want to let them down. So I can't see them losing this game. The atmosphere is electric, and that's going to play to their advantage here.
And the starting lineup for the Pelicans, Evans and Davis, the forward tandem. Then it's Holiday. Then there's Whiteside. Out of bounds, Pelicans ball as New Orleans keeps possession.
Out of bounds. Pelicans ball.
Holiday left side. He dishes it to Whiteside. New Orleans moving it around. 18 feet out. And Evans the basket on the assist by Davis. Evans has got the opening field goal of the game for the Pelicans. Allen a screen on Holiday. Anthony sets the pick for Lee. Pass to Porzingis. And there's a whistle. That goes on the bodyguard. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, no doubt about that one with the over-the-back call.
Yeah, it looked like he wanted to take him for a ride right there. Easy call.
A baseline J, and he gets it to go.
Wow, risky shot there size-wise, but the incredible skill that he possesses allows that one to go.
Well, the quick high release negated any height disadvantage he had right there.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
It's tipped.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
Anthony with the screen on Evans. Lee with the ball. Evans picks him up. Passes it to Porzingis. Lee kicks to Anthony. Can't hit from in close.
Boy, after the first 3 misses, I thought they'd get one here, but they still can't connect.
And Kevin, the knack for the offensive rebound, a big part of what makes this guy special.
Not to mention, Greg, his ability to finish with strength just like that.
Yeah, he's an invaluable asset for them to have. No question about it.
But they'll get another chance. That doesn't go either for Davis.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
Anthony dishes to Lee. Anthony sets the pick for Lee. Pass to Porzingis. Feeds it to Anthony. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Harris. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
Harris.
And that drops, so they now lead by 1. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Evans outside. Holiday, the pass to Davis. To the inside. Whiteside tries again. That's good.
Just not enough bodies on the glass right there, and they paid for it.
Well, Greg, I know you're a little guy, but you know what it means to box out, and it's an effort thing and a mindset deal. You got to get your body between that other player and the ball.
Now here's Lee. And he gets that one to go off the front iron.
It might be the most difficult shot in basketball, the hook shot.
Evans kicks to Davis, and that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Evans. Let's take this moment to show you who led the league in scoring during the regular season. Well, you look at Allen, leading the league in points per game. Such a great player. And, of course, the bodyguard. He's in that same group.
Both of these guys had huge numbers, and both guys can claim some credit for helping their team make it to the postseason. I mean, their scoring numbers were a big part of their team's success.
Ryan Anderson, he's checked in for New Orleans.
And guys, that's one of the more basic plays in anybody's playbook, but not to mention also truly one of the best.
And Greg, the pick frees him up, and Clark, the dunk, caps it off.
Well, you know, for me, guys, it's all about positioning and anticipation on those screen plays, and they got it right there.
Now here's Anthony, following the shot by Drew Holiday. Great offensive performance they're putting on.
You see the benefit of knocking down baskets consecutively because it leads to the confidence growing and growing.
And, guys, we call that the zone because that's where they are right now. They are in a zone, and I'm sure they feel unstoppable.
Anthony's shot is off.
No breathing room at all to take that shot.
Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Excellent work there in transition.
Yeah, I think it's always better to go early in transition, to attack when it's there, because oftentimes you can beat the defense down the floor.
That's good. 6 points for the bodyguard.
Really hard to find fault with anything he's doing this quarter, at least at the offensive end.
To the inside. And it's Anderson that time on the assist by Holiday.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
Inside, Porzingis. The shot is off. And New Orleans will come the other way. Holiday with it. Picked up by Harris. And Holiday, here we go. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Holiday's got his first 2 points.
The defender a little hesitant to offer resistance as he bursts to the hoop.
Harris a screen on Holiday. Lee dishes to Harris. And Davis sends it back. Porzingis can't hit.
They really depend on him to convert those chances. A lot of times, even with solid D draped on him, they expect him to make it.
And Anderson gets it to go. Anderson's got his second bucket of the night.
Really, the defense is helpless to stop a layup right there. Just too much of an advantage in terms of the mismatch.
Anthony, the pass to Lee. Back to Anthony. And Davis pulls it down. Davis has got 4 rebounds in this game. The shot by Evans, nobody around. Offline with his 3.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
New Orleans leading by 4. And he didn't get quite enough under that one. Here's the break. Ball going up court. It's stolen by Davis. Lee with the steal. He feeds it to Allen. And he uses the glass on the layup. Allen's got his first bucket of the night.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
Outside Holiday. Got it off in time, but it's no good. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. And one of the rising stars in the NBA is Anthony Davis. His offensive game is growing by leaps and bounds, and he talked about his area of focus.
A lot of face-up, like you do the one-jewel pull.
Well, I tell you could be here an awfully long time if we're going to list all the different moves Anthony Davis can hurt you with.
Yeah, the brow definitely has the full toolkit available to him, and I say that affectionately. Tools a lot of guys don't learn to use until much later in their careers, Kevin.
And we welcome you back to our presentation of Game 1. Guys, what stands out to you from the Pelicans in this one?
It's been about the effort. Love the hustle they've shown here in the first.
Yeah, it's due to their hustle, as you said, Greg, and it's showing up on the scoreboard, too.
Trevor Ariza out there with Evans. Then there's J.R. Smith. Then there's Jennings. And it's Lopez in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. So the Pelican 5 right now. Evans and Anderson, the forwards. Norris Cole is out there with Udrih. And it's Koufos in at the center position.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
Jennings kicks to Smith. And it's off the back rim. No good.
Well, I think he had all the space he needed. He just couldn't find the bottom of the net.
Cole dishes to Anderson. That three off the mark. Being under 40% all in all for the game. Lopez against Anderson. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for two. With the break in the action, let's see who are the league's best shooting teams during the regular season.
You know, this team had excellent numbers during the regular season, and I would not be surprised to see them heating up here in the postseason as well. They had a nice rhythm going as the regular season came to a close.
Kyle Korver, he's checked in for J.R. Smith. And the Pelicans making a change here as well. Whiteside's checked in. Evans passes to Udrih. New Orleans moving the ball around. Lets it go with a three. Yes, and a nice assist from Evans. Evans has got 3 assists tonight.
And they've got to talk to each other on D there. Miscommunication, and now he's able to make them pay.
Jennings with the bucket.
Boy, Trevor Ariza doing a nice job bodying up on the defender with that pick.
And Cole kicks to Evans. No good with the triple. Gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Outside Jennings. And the pass to Lopez. Kicks to Korver. 6 to shoot. And unable there to get the go-ahead bucket. New Orleans gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. So both teams making some changes here. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. And it's Harris off the drive. Koufos with the block. Here's Cole. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. To the middle. And it's Koufos missing. Allen outside, out to the right wing. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. 8 points for the bodyguard. Guys back and forth this first half.
Well, 5 lead changes early on, guys, as we grapple back and forth.
And this could continue to go back and forth the entire way.
Now here's Evans. Koufos. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
Yeah, you know what? I think he thinks he can make a few improvements to how things are going on right now.
Yeah, and you know, coaches always are looking for ways to tweak things and change it up a little bit, no matter what the situation is. That's what coaches do.
New Orleans making a switch here. Davis is checked in.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, Team Dancers.
And the home team has possession. Trailing by 2. Lee dishes to Harris. Down low. Here's Allen. Good. And Harris gets the assist.
I'm not sure who was supposed to be on him that possession. I mean, apparently neither did the defenders.
Harris.
Lee with the steal. Oh!
How about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
Well, we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for them.
Could be. A dunk like that coming off a great defensive play has to build some momentum.
Oh, that was a great angle we just saw, courtesy of Kia.
Excellent.
Gone 5 of 8 from the floor here in the second quarter. Over 60% shooting. And slam dunk by Harris.
The lead changes hands once more. There has been no separation between these two teams.
You know, it's made for one heck of an entertaining game. Even when it hasn't been the best basketball being played, it sure has been fun to watch.
Now here's Anthony. Following the miss by Anthony Davis. Lee passes to Anthony. It's Allen on the wing. 6 to shoot. And Lee with the stuff.
And that is a major league flush right there, my friends.
And in a tight contest like this, Greg, that might be just what they need to get the tide rolling in their direction.
You're exactly right. I mean, so often when a team gets that kind of explosive play out of its backcourt, that can really rally and galvanize the whole squad.
Some changes for New Orleans. Anderson comes in for Hassan Whiteside. And it's Drew Holiday in for Udrih. There's 1:26 left in the first half. Davis sets a screen. Off the screen. Rejected by Harris. Here's the break. He kicks to Lee. Dishes it to Anthony. Back to Lee. They set the pick. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Pass to Porzingis. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
It's his first trip to the line.
At the line.
That one falls, so he hits both of them.
He has such terrific form and consistency on his free throw. Beautiful to watch.
Toupon, defended by Allen. There's the feed to Cole. Davis sets a screen. Three-pointer. The shot is off. Some solid defense from Harris.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor. Nice bucket there. I mean, they are playing really, really smart basketball.
IQ basketball, smartphone basketball, whatever you want to call it. Even though the lead's not that large, they're still in charge right now.
Here's Cole. He hasn't scored yet, but I'm sure will change.
Sometimes trailing in the game, players get sucked into trying to make that home run play.
Yeah, trying to get it all back in a hurry, and you're right on that. But these threes they're taking have not helped. They're trying to catch fire, and they've yet to find the match.
Allen kicks to Anthony. Marvelous lead pass, and he throws it down.
And very little fight put up by the defense as he made his way to the bucket for the jam.
They did seem to take the cautious approach, Greg, when it came to defending them. And so that brings the first half to a close. The home team leading by 8. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Yes, guys.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. This is Ernie Johnson alongside Kenny the Jet Smith, and taking a look at this home squad. They've put themselves in decent shape to grab that all-in. And that'll wrap up our halftime show, the third quarter.
And we welcome you back to our coverage of round 1 in the NBA playoffs. Look at the bodyguard in this one. He's been everywhere.
It's as if he can get to the rim any time he wants. And in that first half, he wanted to quite a bit.
And that's where his points were coming from. I mean, the defense has to do a much better job of challenging him at the rim.
Anthony is out there with Porzingis. Then there's Allen. Then there's Harris. And it's Lee in at the 1. That's the group for George Karl getting going here in the second half. That's good. Holiday's got 5 now.
Not the biggest fan of that shot, but he had the space to get it off, so why not?
And slam dunk by Harris.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
There's the pick. Davis dishes to Evans. and he converts the layup. Evans has got his second bucket.
Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did. But, boy, that was a nice job.
Anthony can't hit. Pelicans trail by 7. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And, you know, the defense gets their money's worth on that foul, stopping the layup and not giving up the and one.
So he gets them both. Right around a minute and a half played here in the third quarter. Lee passes to Anthony. Back to Lee. Evans with the steal. Now running up the court, Evans trying to push it up. And Lee pulls it down.
You know, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at it.
Here's Allen. The shot will not go. Evans with some nice D. Here's Tupac. And he goes in for the dunk.
And guys, right now, the defense mentally not there. Can't afford too many of those in a close game like this.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run, don't you think? Clark to the hoop for him there.
Momentum can swing on plays like that, Kevin, especially when the finish has that much thunder on it.
Here's Holiday. Excellent D there from Allen. Gone 2 of 5, shooting here in the third quarter. Out of bounds, New Orleans will take possession. These players were extremely tough inside during the regular season. Here now are the block leaders on the 2K leaderboard. And you look at Anthony, a fierce inside defender, tops in the NBA in blocks. Both teams deciding to change it up. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Here's Hudrick, defended by Beverly, and there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That is his first foul of the game. And here are the Pelicans now. It's a three-point game. There's the double team with Allen. They set the pick. Back to Evans. 5 on the clock. Baseline jumper. It's hauled in by Beverly.
You could tell he assumed he'd be able to beat the defensive coverage, even though it was all over.
Allen kicks to Beverly. Anthony on the wing. Allen outside. Beverly sets the screen for Allen. They get it back. Beverly dishes to Allen. Here's Harris. Drops in the tray. Harris has got 13.
He was great in his last game, Clark, and clearly he has not lost that love and feel.
Davis, the pass to Evans. Evans can't get that one to fall.
You know, even though he missed that three-point shot, I think the defense has to do a better job of challenging the shot.
Yeah, as a coach, you can really ill afford to have those types of opportunities presented against your defense.
Allen, that's good.
Guys, that time you went for the fancy finish for us there, man. That was sweet.
They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going.
Clearly, he's not pleased with all the looks they've given up on the inside, and also to get them to tighten up that defense.
Yeah, and I think he's going to let them know about it. I mean, they're playing some soft interior defense, and you can't win that way. That's a recipe for disaster if you're not going to play with some physicality inside.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
Robin Lopez is checked in for Anthony.
I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively. They can't just keep allowing these easy baskets.
That's got to be job number one right now. Nothing easy on the inside.
And Beverly kicks to Allen. Baseline try. He misses it. He's 4 for 7 from the floor. And leading the way. And it's Cole missing.
And as far as jump shots go, that's what you have to continue to try and get.
I don't know how that one stayed out.
Here's Udrih. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play.
Yeah, he earned that one. I mean, taking the hit and still able to get that one to go down.
Incredible body control right there. Don't know how he was able to get that one to go, but it sure was a thing of beauty to watch.
Lopez sets a screen for Beverly. Harris outside. Lopez a screen, and it's Harris off the drive. Anderson with the block. Here's Udrih, guarded by Harris. Evans. That's good, and it's Udrih with the assist that time. 9 points for Tyreke Evans.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
It really is. 5 out of 6 of their last field goals have come from the paint. And look, rightfully disappointed with how they played here over the course of this run.
Yeah, you know, they haven't looked good at all here lately. Something has to change for them, and we'll see what he's got coming out of the timeout.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. Lee dishes to Allen. There's a screen. Screen by Lee. Here's Porzingis. Gets some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
And here's the fast break. Jumps up. Blows the dunk. And a fast break now for the Pelicans. Tyreke Evans again. Evans has got 9 points now in the quarter.
It's as if the defense just let him go.
He'll thank them for that because he got a chance to perform a little razzle-dazzle on that one.
15 seconds left in the third quarter. Anthony sets the pick for Lee. It's Anthony with the drive. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Almost an impossible shot to block in the post. The defender can't give up that much of a height advantage and expect to contest it.
From deep. And that's not going to go. The points coming in bunches as we wrap up the third quarter. It's been a good one. The home team up 4. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back in just a moment. And we welcome you back to our coverage of Round 1 in the NBA playoffs. And here are the Pelicans now, trailing by 4. On the court for the Pelicans, getting the fourth quarter going. Davis is out there with Anderson. Then there's Whiteside. Then it's Holiday. Here's Tupac. He with the block. And it's Anthony with the jam.
Well, that fast break went according to plan.
Yeah, nice job there, Greg. Recognizing the opportunity was there to push it, and then excellent execution.
The wide open look here for Holiday. Off target with his three. Being 52% from the floor. Nice work so far from them. Korver gets a wide open look. It's good. The assist that time from Smith.
And they've done some nice work as we've come down the stretch here in the final quarter.
Greg, you can feel the sense of urgency they have to get this thing closed out as soon as possible.
Davis sets a screen. And Anderson has it in the corner. They get it back. Second chance shot. And Davis can't get it to go.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Screen by Smith. Lee outside. And it's blocked by Whiteside. Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
And Anderson gets it to go.
He has such a nice touch for a big man.
Yeah, and they've got to figure out a way to get a bigger body on him. Because if they don't match up his size, then he's going to continue to work him over the rest of the game.
And it's Smith penetrating, and he dunks it after the pick frees him up.
And, you know, that's an example of how many plays we have in a game for which there's no stat. A monster dunk coming off just a terrific pick play.
Greg, you're right. It really did work to perfection. Gave him all the room he needed for the flush.
Boy, that's a sound physical play. I mean, can't be afraid to put a shoulder into somebody every once in a while. It's a contact sport, folks.
There's Lee with the three. Lee with another miss.
Got a good look, though. I thought that was going to go down.
Yeah, the D, though, just enough to bother the rhythm on that one, Clark.
Toupon, and he nails that one right through the net. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Lee outside. The dish now to Anthony. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot two. They get Hassan Whiteside.
Really an extraordinary game for Anthony. He has 9 rebounds and 3 blocks. He's piling up the rejection to go along with the tremendous work he's done on the glass.
It's been about the paint and the way he's been able to control it all game long.
We're seeing today what makes him one of the best free throw shooters among the league's big men. Beautiful stroke.
Took him no time at all on that one. And that's 15 points for the dude.
An open jump shot there, and their D not putting up any resistance today.
Nice game. Great performance by the dude.
We need to make some adjustments because he's absolutely scorching.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Hi, Kevin. Over that last break, I listened to the Pelicans head coach address his team. He is not pleased with the score and implored them to try to make a push right now, saying, "We don't have time, fellas. If we can't make a dent soon, I'll have to pull the plug." Pretty blunt, Kevin. Back to you.
Thanks again, Doris. Harris a screen on Holiday. Lee kicks to Anthony. Three-pointer. Good on the shot. Anthony's got 10 points in just the second half.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
Right side a screen. It's Davis with the drive. Lee with the block. Here's Whiteside. Nice work on the boards. Paying off with the basket. Gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Lee passes to Allen. It's out of bounds. They are saying it was last touch by Lee.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Right side a screen. Charity stripe shot. And Davis can't get it to go.
Oof, rough shooting night tonight, but you can't fault him for the effort.
Allen with it. Evans picks him up. Anthony sets the pick for Allen. He dishes it to Harris. Right side, Lee. And the three off target. Pelicans trail by 8. And here's Holiday. Passes to Davis. Against the rim with a two-handed slam. Wow.
Nice dime drop there from Holiday. Excellent awareness.
And it's Lee penetrating to the inside. It's stolen by Davis. An even 3-on-3 break. Open shot, Holiday, and he gets that one to go off the front iron. Holiday's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And he has starting to turn it on now after that slow start.
Gone 5 of 8 shooting as we've come down the home stretch in this final quarter. Lee kicks to Allen. Here's Harris. From outside, off the mark. Pelicans trail by 4. Holiday with it. He's picked up by Lee. Evans' shot is good.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
And that's keyed this run. Passing it with purpose. The D hasn't been able to keep up.
Lee against Holiday. Lee goes in. Pass to Anthony. And Harris wide open. He shoots. Lee dishes to Anthony. Harris outside. Holiday against Lee. Allen with the screen for Lee. Feeds it to Allen. Second chance shot. Can't get it to go.
Most of the time, that shot will go down. Boy, the defenders have to make sure they tag it.
Evans connects. And tie game. That is a huge basket right there.
Watch out. Watch out. Tyreke Evans has caught fire.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dave's team.
There's a screen. Lee outside. 23 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Allen passes to Lee. Money!
Boy, what a pressure bucket that was.
Greg, now that's coming through in the clutch.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans. They're losing by 2. 16 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Now here is Holiday. He feeds it to Davis. With the fadeaway. And so the home crowd treated to a win. A pretty good feeling right now for them to be out in front.
Thank you, Kevin. I'm here with you.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Hey folks, welcome back. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny Smith. He was the engine that drove this team the whole night, and his teammates had no problem harnessing the power of that motor.
Well, he reminded us all of how dangerous he is as a slasher.
And we are still early in the postseason. There's more round one action of the NBA playoffs coming your way. For Shaq and Kenny the Jet Smith and Kevin Harlan and the entire 2K Sports crew, good night, everybody.